Hey, Lee Mainprice here from MAinstructor.com, and today what I want to talk about is location. And a lot of you will, some of you will have your own location, some of you will be dreaming about getting your own full-time location. And generally this is, this is the dream for a lot of us, the significance, how proud we feel when we have our own dojo and our own space that we can call our own and shape and mold as we wish. So basically we've got three types of locations that we can look at. We've got number one, high visibility locations, where we're going to pay a premium rent, and we're going to be paying a premium business rates or tax as well on that property. We should expect a higher footfall, and we're going to get more visibility, and hopefully we're going to get more walk-ins off that. The next one is mid visibility location, so you might be talking about something that's a little bit more obscure. People can see signage from main roads, or it could be on a first floor where you could put window decals and some kind of signage up that can get some passing traffic can see. The third one is where there's no visibility at all, so it might be on a commercial estate, an industrial estate, or something like that, where you're going to pay a much reduced rent. Hopefully, that should be the idea, and it's more of a destination-based business. So you've got to weigh up the pros and cons of each. Do you want to pay more and get potentially higher footfall? If you pay more and it doesn't work, then you've got to pay that rent all the time. Whereas if you went for one of the others, and especially if you're good at marketing and using Facebook social media to generate your students, then what you might want to do is, instead of spending $1,000 extra a month for that high visibility, you might want to say, well, we'll spend another $500 a month, or we'll be able to pick and choose when we're going to spend that marketing to be able to maximize that. My story, I'll share my story. I was in a small town called Bridlington. I think there's about 30,000 people there. It's by the coast, so there was no surrounding area around that, because obviously half of it was sea. It took me quite a while to find a location because it was a very small place and the town centre was very small. So there wasn't a lot of choice, so I spent a year or so trying to find somewhere without much success. And then what I did was I found a warehouse which was absolutely huge, about 12,000 square feet. But the price of it, what I'd considered paying for rent, I realised that the actual commercial mortgage of paying this off at that time, this would have been around about 2,000. So I would have been, I think I was 26 when I purchased this, and I probably purchased it for about 80,000, so it was absolutely nothing. And at that time people were, they couldn't give them away, and I got turned down 4 or 5 times for different loans, for being new in business. Persevered with it, and eventually we got a bank to say yes. I think I probably had to put about 20,000 down, and all of that was through my, running a successful martial arts school in Halls. We'd kind of reached capacity, and of course I'd seen some of my peers getting full-time sites, and really that was what I wanted to do. So this was a great option for me. So what I did was I bought this 12,500 square foot site. Probably spent maybe about, scrimped and saved and did whatever possible, getting up at 5 in the morning, doing as much work as I could on the school with help and tradesmen, and then going out and teaching. And I remember I was absolutely exhausted when we opened the school, but it was all absolutely worth it, because what I did was I kept about 6,500 square foot for my school, half of it, and the other half I rented out. And what actually happened was that the rent that I received paid for the whole of the commercial mortgage. So my whole investment was taken care of. So literally I was being in that building rent free. And that investment now, I still own that building now, kind of, or how many years on now? We're about 16 years on now. That's rented out. It generates me about £50,000 a year. And it's been an amazing investment. And I've also drawn down on that property and bought another 4 or 5 properties off the back of that. So that has been an absolute winning investment for me. And so you can look at these things and being the investor. However, that might not be your option, but what I did was that I was able to market. This was way before Facebook, and we were able to fill our school that way. So you've got to weigh up the pros and cons as to what's going to be the best location for you, what's around you. Have you got, is there parking? Is it convenient for customers to visit? Are you able to decorate and do things that you need to do? Is the landlord looking to sell the building? Are there any notices or charges on the property that could affect you? And just before you leap into these things, make sure you take advice from people within the industry or people who are into commercial property, and that way you're not going to get yourself tied up into something that could be a mistake. Just basically do your due diligence and look at which is the best option. And what I would basically be doing is, if I were you, would be looking at the locations that you're looking at, that ideally you would like, and find people that have made success of those locations and ask them their numbers, ask them how it's working, ask them how it was. So you go into these things fully armed. The worst thing you want to do is make the mistakes yourself. Find out what other people have done, what mistakes they've made, and then you can move forwards and not reinvent the wheel and save yourself a whole lot of time. So there we have location. If you're looking for your location, select it wisely. If you want more great tips and information, give us a like, give us a comment here, go visit my YouTube channel, and also go to my website, mainstructor.com, where you'll find loads of great resources, free marketing blueprints, and loads of cool information that is going to add a ton of value to what you're doing right now.